What up, nerds? Welcome to another video. I don't know why I started the video like that, but welcome to another video on the channel. It has been 1 year since we have gotten Chronicles and an A, and I wanted to create a new account, free to play. I just wanted to do it, but the main reason I wanted to do it is because when I stream Chronicles, I get a lot of questions from a lot of new players. Still, a lot of people coming back from a lot of people coming back. I don't know why I tripped up on that. A lot of people coming back to the game, and they're asking a lot of questions about like, hey, Jug, like, how do I, what do I do now? Like, there's a lot of new things in the game, and what do I do now to progress? And so I decided nobody has really created a new guide or like a new player guide in this year. So screw it, I'll make it myself. So this is gonna be a long one, because this is a week old account, and so I want to show you all the progress that I've done in a whole entire week, and I'm gonna try to answer as many questions as possible from all players, like I said, new players or just returning players, just from a player that's been playing the game literally nonstop for the whole entire year. And I'm gonna try to get through everything and show you all the progress and show everything that I did to get to the count of where it's at. But if you like the video, please do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Make sure to also like the video. And also, do me a favor, hit that bell notification. I do stream on YouTube and Twitch. So if you prefer to watch on YouTube, I do stream on YouTube as well. And I mainly stream on Twitch. So if you guys want to follow me on any platform, just go ahead. My links are down below. But for the most part, let's get into the video. It's going to be a long one, and I don't want to take up too much of your time. But like I said, just be prepared. It's a lot of info. But I want to get you the best info possible for playing Summoners War Chronicles in 2023. So for starters, the first questions I get, probably the biggest question I get nowadays, is it still worth playing this game? Now, this question may be a little bit, if I answer this question every single time, and people always give me like, oh, you're giving the PR response, Jug. You're giving the whole, you're an influencer. You're gonna hype up the game because you went. No, to be perfectly honest with you, I really do like Summoners War Chronicles. I enjoy this game so much. Just the chill aspect of it, the progression at your own pace. There's a lot of levels to this game. There's a lot of community aspects to this game. I just like it a lot. I enjoy it. I've been playing it nonstop. I play more in Skyrim now, mainly because I just really enjoy the game. I like it. It has been a drastic change from when the game first started to where the game is now, and I really do mean drastic. The game has changed dramatically as far as every single aspect of the game, and just it's overall a lot easier to really get your character up to a good level, and as well as it gets you on pace with a lot of the players that are pretty much like mid-game to end-game, to where you could at least like do stuff with them and be on par. So a lot has changed when it comes to the game, so it's really great now, and I do suggest that people are coming into the game. It's so great, and especially with creating a new account, I've done a lot on this account in the week, and you're gonna see once I go in. But I'm gonna answer, like I said, a lot of your questions. But for that question, yes, I do think Summoners War Chronicles is still a great game. I do think they're really putting all the effort to make sure this game is pretty great. The updates are coming out pretty frequently. New monsters are coming out. Dragon's about to be in about, was it November? So it's like a month from now. For NA, maybe a little bit longer, maybe January. But at the most, probably like late December, early January. But for the most part, updates are always coming to this game. New monsters are always coming to this game. It's great. I really do enjoy Summoners War Chronicles, and I do suggest a lot of new players coming in to pick it up and take it at their own pace. They don't have to rush. And like I said, if you need any questions, you have me. You have a lot of other streamers that stream this game as well. But you could always bug me. Like, you can always join my Discord, ask me questions, or like I said, when I'm streaming, just ask me questions, and I'll do whatever I can. Or as well, if you need raid carries, now that we have NA on one server now, and all the East and West players are together, if I'm raiding, I'm streaming, excuse me. Well, I'm usually raiding too. But if I'm streaming, just go ahead and ask me. It's no problem. I have no problem helping any players raid and get the mythic gear or get whatever gear they're looking for, or just run them through their dailies or weeklies or whatever. I have no problem with that. So like I said, this game is great. I do like it a lot. Now, probably the second most question I'm asked a lot is, which summoner? Who's the best summoner? And this question is pretty simple, and it can get a little complicated, but for the most part, it's pretty simple. To be honest with you, all the summoners are pretty good. they're pretty good. There obviously are a little bit levels to it, but for the most part, the levels aren't drastic from each other. Like if I were to tier list all the summoners, me personally, I would have Orbia at 1, I would have probably have Soletta at 2, Cleef at 3, Kina at 4. And the thing is, it's like, they're not, like, again, it's not like a drastic thing. If you actually put that, if you actually like a character type, or if you like a certain way of playing, like if you like playing the tank the tank characters, go ahead and play Keith. If you like playing the supports, go ahead and play Kina. Obviously, like I said, there's levels to it, but for the most part, like they're all pretty good. There is no like, oh my god, this is way better, just play this one. No, it is a little different when it comes to Brawl. Like Brawl, the tier is maybe a little bit different, where Soletta is probably #1 right now, depending on who you're talking to. There's people that think Orbia is still better. There's people that think Soletta is still better. There's people that think Cleef is still good. People that think, I'm telling you, like conversations when it comes to best summoner is different depending on who you are talking to. So for the most part, like I said, like you can pick any summoner you want. The reason why I picked Soletta for this account is because I'm an Orbia main and I just want to play something else. I just want to play something else. I don't like playing Cleef too much, and Kina for me is hella boring. So I just said, you know what, I'll just make a Soletta. You know, I played Soletta. I leveled up a Soletta on my main account, and I just got it up. And I was like, you know what, let me play Soletta from like beginning to where I'm at now, and just see how the process is. But for the most part, they're all pretty good. Just pick whatever character you like. But if you want like a okay, like what's the best early game? I 1000% think the best early game character is Orbia, mainly because I'll get into reasons why later on. But she's just really good for PvE. Like her whole entire kit is just so good for PvE and PvP. She's probably, that's why I say I think she's the best summoner. I think she's overall good. It's like she shines in like both like the PvP, PvE aspects of the game. Like she's really good in both aspects. Where Soletta's like, she's really good at PvP, and she's cool with PvE. She's not terrible, but she's definitely pretty good at PvE as well. So for the most part, I think Orbia is the best overall. But I said I'll get into that later when I get into like the stuff I've done on my Soletta. But as you can see, my Soletta right now is level 67 in a week. I've been grinding it out. I've been really trying to get her level up so that way I can start doing some mythic gear. I can't do that yet because I'm not level 70. So once I'm level 70, I can start doing that. So I'll probably get 70 at least by next weekend. I'm not going to rush it because I'm still working on a lot of aspects of the game. But for the most part, let's go into the Soletta so I can show you pretty much every aspect of what I've done in a week on the Soletta. Alright, so as you can see on my Soletta, the highest power I've reached is 387,000, which is still pretty high for 1 week of progress because the game was way different. I feel like the first week of Chronicles when it first came out, was probably, I think most people were probably working around 200k, like 200, 220, probably like 220, 230 around that time for the first week. It was a lot of grinding, but the game has changed dramatically with they're giving you so much stuff, and a lot of that stuff has gone really towards just power leveling my Soletta. That's why you'll see I don't have that much crystals, because I'm really power leveling it. I'm not too worried about crystals because if I have 3 other characters, I can just get crystals from all those 3 characters plus events, plus doing my arena and the saving. I'm not going too ham. Like during the week, I'm pretty much gonna be focused on like my professions and things like that. But for the most part, this is like the progress of literally just 1 week, and I'll show you why. So I'll get into every aspect. So like the first aspect is like story. To be honest with you, I probably could have more crystals, but I skipped story. I skipped all of this. The reason why is because the story, to me, I did it once. I forget once. I've done this like 5 or 6 times. I don't want to do it anymore. I personally don't want to do it anymore. So my suggestion for you, or if you're a new player or returning player, is do the story 1000%. Mainly because you want the crystals and you want the access to it, especially if you want to say pretty much a low spending account. I'm on my main account, pretty much low spending. So you want to have access to as much material as possible. So I would say do the story. Don't be like me. Like I said, I've done it a billion times, so I just didn't want to do it anymore. Plus, like some of the story has annoying aspects to it, and you gotta make sure you're leveled up, and it kind of like hinders the grind, if I'm being honest. So that's why I skipped it. But I suggest that all you guys 1000% do the story, because you don't want to waste any crystals, and crystals are very valuable, especially when it gets to late game. Even though there's ways to get a lot of crystals if you're pretty active in the game, you still want to have as much crystals as possible, because there's certain events you want to kind of spam out, and there's a lot of aspects you kind of want to like stick to when it comes to the game. So don't be like me, do the story. Like Act 8, I'm actually gonna do it. I'm not gonna complete it. I'm not gonna instant skip it. But the first couple acts, I didn't want to do it. It was pretty annoying. But I mainly want to do it because I haven't gone to that new area, and I kind of want to. I want to just have an excuse to just do it. So, like I said, for story, I skipped it. Now I think there's like some questions like, okay, what do you take from the selective ticket? My 1000% only two suggestions you take are Tessarion or Argon. That's it. No one else. I'm not joking. Those are the only two options. Take only Tessarion or Argon, and I'm gonna get into why. Because they're just the best. They're the best. They're the best for like early game starting and just getting yourself to a good standing level really early. Tessarion is mainly good because you're gonna be using him in Tear Glands, and he's really good in Tear Glands hard. Because I didn't farm any levels that wasn't Tear Glands hard 1. I didn't farm. I just basically, well, technically I did to get it to unlock hard 1, but I didn't farm it primarily because it's not worth it to farm anything that isn't hard 1 nowadays, because of the fact that you pretty much get a bunch of like free materials. Like you get free what is it? You get free runes and all this stuff everywhere. So like there's a good chance you're probably gonna get a good set of runes to just throw on. Like I you know, it's kind of like the old mentality of Skyrim, where it's like look for stats, not sets. So in the beginning, like even in like my Colleen still, she just has random runes on her, and it's just like whatever could give her the stats. So like obviously I'm looking for HP. You know, there's just a whole bunch of HP rules, and I just threw on whatever could give her the stats. That's literally all I cared about when it came to the monsters at first. Like even then, like I got this from Summoner's Way. Like Summoner's Way, you get a whole set of energy runes. So I just left out and just got like 2 defense runes. I think this is a flat defense, but I just threw them on. I just threw them on. They're not ideal set. They're not ideal, but I just threw them on because of the fact that it's just like they're 6-star runes, and I'm able to just power them up. I've been farming hard 1 a lot, so that's why my Tessarion is now on a Rage Blade set, and also because of the fact that of the story and everything, you also get like artifacts which help you out with certain stats as well. I kind of lucked into this one. It's not ideal for Tessarion because he actually does a lot of damage from his abilities, but it's a purple artifact, and I can use it, throw it on, you know, just save myself the trouble. So that's the reason why Tessarion's like a must, and also because of the fact that I'm gonna be farming Spider Hoe. I call it Spider Hoe for people that don't know. I'm gonna be farming Spider Hoe, so you really want to make sure. I haven't done it yet because again I'm building up the units for that. But that's the reason why you want Argon as well. Argon is really good for Spider Hoe and just raids in general. So that's why those are your 2 options, like Tessarion, so you can pretty much start farming Rage Blade ASAP, and then Argon is just for when you start, you know, raiding and things like that for your main character. So that's really what's important when it comes to like the selected summon. Those are the only 2 options. Now, the reason why you take one or the other is because you're going to be able to get both. Because when you start the game, you get a 5-star selected ticket, so you just do the 30 summons until 1 pops up, and then whatever, you know, whichever one doesn't pop up, you can use the ticket to get the other. So if you get Tessarion through the 30 selector, then use the ticket to get Argon, and then you're set for early game. And then pretty much focus your time, focus all your summons into trying to get, you know, key units. If you're free to play, I just ignore the banner. Ignore the banner for the most part, because the banners usually don't have things that you really need for early game, and you really want to get duped. So really stick to this right here, this banner, the mystical summon banner, just a normal banner, and then make sure you put all the core stuff that you want in your that you want to level up and things like that, so that way you're able to like level up. That's where you get the awakening level, so that way you can get more power. I got Annabelle pretty early too, so that's why I threw Annabelle in there, and I got Annabelle to A11. So the rest are just like normal 3-stars. Like I have Fire Lizard because I was kind of using him for Tear Glands. So I swapped them out because I got Chloe. That's why Chloe's in here now. Naomi's for Tear Glands. The Colleen is for Tear Glands. Sarah is for Seal when I get that, and I just do the Dark Mystical Witch in because whatever, I just got her. I just threw her away just for the heck of it. And also Bernard too, because Bernard's pretty nice when you're doing like AFK, like a katana. So you kind of want to throw him in. That's the reason why those are in there. If you're just questioning, I don't know why he's in here. I just did it so I can fill it out, so that way I can actually get start getting dupes of these. But that's what I did for the most part when it comes to just the the 3 stars, 4 stars, and 5 stars. Like all the summons I get, I burned them, and I burned them into here because I really want to get dupes, and I really want to, you know, increase the amount of monsters that I have, so I can try to get key monsters. Speaking of monsters, these are the monsters that I've pretty much been focusing on for the early game aspect. I got Barbara. I did it on stream too. I literally just said, would it be crazy if I got Barbara my first 10 summon? And I got Barbara my first 10 summon. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, these are the monsters I'm focusing on right now. Like I said, these 3 are for tier glands. Like these 3 right here are for tier glands. That's why they're my highest, and I put a lot of effort into them. Annabelle is for when I start farming what is it? Twisted Mars. There we go. I'll get into that later as well. Like I said, she's for Spider Hoe. Yeah, Verta Hills for rating. Argans for just overall rating. I'm probably gonna reset him. I don't know yet. I don't know. Like Kona's early game. Shannon's gonna be for Spider Hoe. I want to try out the Beetle for. What is it for tier glands? But he's not that great. Yeah, I was like, oh, then maybe they put him in for tier glands, and he wasn't that great. Barbara I'll have in probably for rating, but I will use Barbara at some point. It's just not right now. She's for when I farm Expedition Spider Hoe. Tion's good for just in general, and then I recently got Ariel yesterday, so like I got pretty lucky with that. Other than that, 5s that I've gotten. Or what is it? Yeah, I got Camilla, which is pretty cool. Kumar, which is pretty cool. Sierra, Cichlid, Smokey. Like I won't be using them. Kumar's pretty much good for later in the game, but not right now. Camilla's also pretty good for like arena, but not right now. But for the most part, like I'm just focused on my PvE. But Ariel will probably be focused on at some point. Probably a little bit later because I'm gonna have to farm Faracle, which is a Tree of Heroes for the feathers, but my main focus is going to be farming Twisted March. Again, I'll get into that later, so that way I can get Twisted March gear now that we have mythic weapons in the game. But again, I'm not worried about that until I get into I'm not worried about that until I get like higher levels. So this is kind of just like chilling right now, and I just trying to get as much material as possible. What else aspects of it? Okay, the professions. I think this is super important. Super important if you're trying to get this done as soon as possible. So when it comes to this, people always, another question I get is like, which is more important? Personally, I think when you're just starting, you're coming back, processing is probably the most important. And the reason why is because when you do master, when you eventually get to master, you're going to need, where can I show? You're going to need these. You're going to need these idols. Is it process? No, it's process. I'm in the wrong area. You're going to need these right here. You're going to need these right here. The flame peacocks. You're going to need 3 of these. So because when I get to master, I want to complete it as fast as possible. I'm trying to get to processing. I'm trying to get the level up by processing, so that way I can get it now, and that way my master promotion isn't delayed by another week because I need this. So that's the reason why I'm doing processing as soon as possible, because I really want to get master ASAP. So I want to get 7. I'll probably get it tomorrow. I will 1000% get it tomorrow, and I'm gonna create this the flaming peacock, so that way I can have, because you need 3 of these. So over 3 weeks you have to get 3. So this is why I want to get it by tomorrow, because tomorrow is weekly reset, and I want to be able to get 1. Then obviously next week get another one. Next week get another one. So that way by the 3rd week, if I should be working on master by the 3rd week, and that way I can have that just just that done. I don't have my full master delayed just by this. I will also say the real annoying thing about this is that because of the mining caps, this really puts a hamper on. You have to focus on this every day because of the fact that you only have so much materials you can farm every day. So you want to make sure that you're taking advantage of everything you need to, mine or gather every single day, so that way you can complete this ASAP. It kind of sucks in my opinion. It really does suck, but you know, it is what it is. It's how the game is. I think it's the one thing that's kind of annoying in my opinion, just so trying to like level up and get to master. But like I said, it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm gonna deal with it. I've done great so far, honestly. And for people that know for cooking, you can just get that from your guild. That's why I make sure you want to make sure that you're doing at least the S rank ones. There's always like the time ones, which are just easy, just throw in 3 monsters and just come back in an hour. There's also like the, you know, beat up wind monsters or fire monsters or water monsters. Those are pretty easy too. But you want to make sure you're also doing that, so that way you can get as much guild points as possible, because when you go to the guild shop, it is literally all right here. My bad, right here. So as you can see from this, I need 32,500. It's gonna be a while. So make sure you're doing as much guild stuff as possible. Also, what's really helping it out is the events. Also, this is a thing too. When it comes to like new players, you have a lot of events to look at, and I mean, they don't go away. They stay here. They're forever until you complete them, which is great. So I've completed a lot of the events, and I'm really focused on the ones that give you like a lot of guild points, guild coins, so that way you can actually, you know, complete the guild aspect of the cooking as fast as possible, because the cooking one is pretty much a drag too. So make sure you're focused on that as well. As far as like guilds, because everybody's like, oh, I can never join a good guild, my guild is dead. I literally just joined a guild. That just had, you know, that had an instant invite. So I can't show you because I don't want to leave the guild and reset my thing, because I want to be able to participate in guild stuff next week. But I literally, and I mean literally, just went, like, when you come with this, it's like a screen that says join guild. I literally just went to, I adjusted it by like the higher ranks, and I literally just scrolled the list until I saw a high rank one that had an instant join, and that's all I did. And that's why I am in what's the guild called? Latinos Gas. Me llamo Jack. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Me llamo Jack. So that's why that's all I did, and I just did it so that way I can get into a somewhat active guild, so that way I can actually start getting a whole bunch of points from them. Also, you want to make sure that you check in on Guild Siege. You don't have to join or be in it, but depending on the level of the guild, you get you some free crystals and also some purple gems and books and everything that you will need for master and for your profession as well. So that's the main reason you want to make sure that you join a halfway decent guild. So that's important too. What else aspects? Raids. I'm trying to get through everything because it's like, this is like really, really important. When it comes to raids, like I said, the only raid I cared about is this raid right here. And the reason why is because I'm playing Soletta, and Soletta cares about Twisted March gear, because I'm going to eventually try to make it mythic. So for the most part, you're not going to be that strong. So hopefully you're going to queue up, and you're just going to hope that you run into people that can carry you. I'm pretty known in the server. Flaunting. I'm so famous. I'm just kidding. But yeah, people know me, so like people know I'm doing this. So like if I run into people that I know, they're all, let's juggles for your play account. They'll just carry. But I'm not that known to where people just like everybody. Cause I've gotten kicked for my fair decent share of raids. I've gotten kicked on this account from a lot of raids, but you will find people that will just like see you, especially if it's like normal Twisted March. They don't care, because a lot of people are just strong enough, they'll carry the whole entire raid. So I've run into a lot of people that will just carry it, and they don't care who you are or what team you use, as long as you don't do anything too stupid, and they'll do all the damage themselves. So that's why I'm just like hoping I can run into people that, you know, want to just do the carry, do all the work themselves, and I'm just here offering attack buff from Colleen, and that's it. So there's that aspect as well. For the people that say, oh, why Twisted March? Because like I said, at some point I'm going to want to make my gear mythic. So I don't want tree gear. I don't think tree gear is that good for Soletta. I think for Soletta it's pretty much Twisted March. Same for Orbia. I think for everybody, pretty much Twisted March is probably the go-to. I don't quote me on that. You know, Kita players and Cleave players may want something different, but I know for sure for Orbia and Soletta players, the Twisted March is the best set by far. So I want to be able to get to a point where I can get a decent set and then push that set to mythic once I'm at that point. So like right now I'm like only Blast 54, and once I get to master, the first thing I'm gonna do is try to get that mythic gear going, so that way but pretty much like right now is me prepping that for that point. So I'm gonna try to get my gear as high as possible, and so that way, like I said, when I hit Map Master, boom, I can mythic it, and then I can go on my life, and most of the work is pretty much already done. So I'm gonna gather all the materials, make sure I'm doing seal, which I haven't done seal yet, so I gotta make sure I do that. I haven't done seal at all. I'm probably just gonna try to random queue and see if I find some people and get carried through seal. But yeah, that's most of the process. I'm trying to figure out like what haven't I done yet. Or just some other process. I haven't done Battlefield. I haven't touched it because I just don't want to get raffle stomped. Because I know I'm gonna get raffle stomped on this account. I'm gonna walk in and I'm gonna find somebody with a big ass dick and get fucking smashed. Hey yo. What else? I will say you're gonna get a lot of materials. I mean a lot, so you don't have to farm too much. Like, I did do a lot of Kairos farming because now I'm kind of prepping other teams for like next week. When White Shadow Castle comes back around, hopefully I'm in the 500 area, so that way I can at least like kind of hitch a team for that as well. Like I'm kind of hitching rides at the point. Like in the beginning, you really are kind of hitching rides, but like I said, there's a lot of great people in the community that are more than willing to carry you, and they don't mind. And White Shadow Castle is pretty easy. I'm just gonna ignore Twisted Marsh. I ignored on my main account, but I've been ignoring on this account because it's extremely hard, and I know a lot of people don't want to deal with that because it's already an annoying hero raid. But White Shadow Castle, when it rolls around the week after, White Shadow Castle is relatively easy. So hopefully I can hitch a ride on some people that are doing White Shadow Castle, and by that time hopefully I'm in like the 500s, close to 600 range. So that way I can join a party and they won't be like, oh, kick this guy, he's only like 400k or things like that. But next week I'm gonna focus on like farming a lot of Twisted Marsh. I'm gonna calm down on like how much crystals I'm spending. I'm still gonna farm Tear Glands and try to get to Tear Glands 2, which I'm pretty close to, by the way. I'm not that far off, as you can see. Like, it's only 500k and only 22k. That's not that far off, if I'm being honest with you. Like, if I just I may switch to get this to hard 1, because like I said, I think Queen Spider-Man is relatively easy. You can see the team right here. That's what everybody uses. It may change. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna still use these 3 on hard 2 as well, but it is really, really easy. So that way I can start getting some energy runes. So that way I can put, Annabelle energy, these 3 on energy, and get some more tanks built up. So that way I can start doing, other content in the game that require me to have a little bit of tankiness, and also build a little bit more units so I could do Trial of Ascension. Another thing too, making sure I'm doing this. So I got to 80 TOA. This boss is it's Shrekly. Yeah, Shrekly. As you can see, my whole team's fire, so it's a little bit harder to do. I mean, let's try it right now. Let's see if they can complete it. I doubt they can. I tried this, I want to say 2 or 3 days ago, and it did not work out. But I doubt they can probably get through it, but we'll see. But for the most part, for right now, it's gonna be pretty much like leveling people up. So I'm gonna be doing a repeat quest to get XP potions so I can level more of my units up, which attains my account level. Which, by the way, I'm account level 35, and I wanted to get that for Soul Connection, but I didn't realize that you need an A15 unit for Soul Connection. I thought you could probably just do it a higher level. I thought there was a little workaround. That was my bad. But I got 35, and it's pretty much just like I said, just leveling stuff up, trying to get as high as possible. Oh, they may be able to do this. Go team. Okay, they're not gonna do this. But I tried to get to level 35 for Soul Connection. Like I said, Soul Connection, I thought it was different. On main account, I'm thinking I'm just connecting to anything, but I didn't realize that you need an A15 unit so that way you can connect another unit to make that unit A15. I don't know. I didn't read. That's my fault. But for the most part, that is a progress. And like I said, I've done a lot on this account. Like I said, TOA was also a little bit of aspect of it because it allowed me to level up my power was up Ascension, which is really, really good for like just getting extra levels. Oh, let me show you my Soletta. See, my Soletta is not that good. It's not good at all. I think my Firebow is the best one. Yeah, the Firebow is the best one for obvious reasons because I want to farm Tear Glands, but she's not that great. I'm very, very unit carried. And that's why I tell people, it's like, let your units carry you in the early game, because for your summoner, you know, you got to get particular gear to drop, you got to get certain rolls to drop, and that's the harder part. But getting runes, getting the runes you want is way easier. So in the early game, just try to get your units to carry you, so that way you can actually knock out some content, get power from them, get them as powerful as possible. And then once you start doing raids, so you can focus on like a weaker raid, so that way you can actually get your summoner to where you want it. And even my like tier glance runs, they're not 100%, they do fail a lot, but I can still do it. So I just usually auto walk away, and then whenever I see like the screen that says, oh, like you failed 3 times in a row, I just redo it again, because there's no penalty, so it's not that big of a deal. But for the most part, this team still does it, and I've gotten a lot of rage runes from here, and that's why I'm able to build up a lot of my units that I have so far. Like you see, Arga is also in rage. I've got some artifacts. Naomi is on rage. I like it. It's no different from when I first played early. It's like just a bunch of just rage runes everywhere. But yeah, that's it. Let's see, 30 minutes. I try not to make this too long, but I want to go over every aspect. But if you have any questions that you want to ask me, just about the early game process, just ask me on stream. I'm more than down to like help out anybody that wants to get into the game and just wants to level up their account and get to where they want to be in the game and get to the end game aspects. But yeah, as far as like a week, not too bad, not too shabby. It's all pretty good. But if you, like I said, if you like this video, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. And like I said, if you have any questions that you want me to answer, just drop them down in the comment section. I'll be looking at my comments to answer any questions that people have to, you know, help them out as well. But I do appreciate you guys for watching the video. If you stay for all 30 minutes, I salute you. Or just skip through, whatever. But I do appreciate everybody that comes by and you know, likes the videos and, you know, appreciates the content. You guys are awesome. And maybe I'll do like another week. Actually, maybe I will. I'll do another update next week so you guys can see how much progress I made on the account by next week. And I'll do this like a week by week thing. It's probably just like one video a week that I'll probably drop on the week anniversary of it. So next week it'll be on a Saturday where I'll drop this video and you guys can see the progress that I made on the account. So like I said, thank you for watching the video. Like I said, all my links are down below. You guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys later. Bye bye.